Hi, everybody. This is Maxine Taylor with another wonderful guest on Move Into the Magic. Those of you who have been following my shows are familiar with my dear friend, Carrigan, who is an internationally known best-selling author. She is a medical intuitive, a yoga teacher, and very, very well versed in all things health-wise. Now, she has written a book about not only her latest passion, but the world's passion. We're talking about social media. And look at this great book that she's got. It's called What is Social Media Today? Get ready to win the game of social media. Now, a lot of people are very well versed in this area, or, you know, at least I think they are. Carrigan, if you've read any of her books, you know she goes right to the bottom line. She doesn't mess around. She tells it like it is. She simplifies it. And she's here today to do just that. So, Catherine, welcome one more time to Move Into the Magic.
Thank you, everybody. And thanks for having me, Maxine. And thank you, everyone out there listening. Our website is www.whatissocialmediatoday.com. And if you're listening and you would like a free 15-minute consult about your website and your social media, feel free to give me a ring at 678-612-8816, and I will be happy to consult with you and talk to you about what you're doing.
Wonderful. Well, what are you doing? What is your own social media story, Catherine? I think people want to know how you got involved.
Okay. Well, thanks so much for asking. And I will start by going back to 2012. I had written my first book in 1997. My first book was published the old way, where you had a publisher and somebody else published it. And then I was on 50 radio shows. My first book was the best-selling book of the original publisher, but I only made $3,000 in this old school of publishing. And I thought, this is ridiculous. You know, I actually am an adult. I have to make a living. So I gave it up. And then what happened was a client of mine found that book, published and translated into Chinese in the Los Angeles library. So I thought, if I'm good enough to have written a book that was translated into Chinese, I should start this again. 2012, write my second book, What is Healing? Awaken Your Intuitive Power for Health and Happiness. You can see right behind me my 4 Amazon #1 bestsellers. So 2012, October, I write my second book. Now, at that point, I'd just gone through a divorce. And anybody who's gone through a divorce, you know, it's really stressful. And you're just emotionally hanging by a thread. You're always worried what everybody's going to think, and are you doing the right thing, and so on. So I had a deep fear, like many people do, of the social media, of being exposed, what will people think, and so on. So what I'm getting at is I started out with nothing. And however, my book, What is Healing? Awaken Your Intuitive Power for Health and Happiness, came out in March 25th, 2013. And I realized that if I was going to reach the people around the world who need what I have to say, I was going to have to embrace the social media. So as of today, my clout score, if you go to klout.com, you can get your clout score and find out what kind of impact you're making in the social media. My current clout score is 68. When your clout score, I believe it's at 62 or higher, you're in the top 5% of people on the internet in the world. So in a very short period of time, I've developed a following and connected with people all over the world by embracing the social media. And what happened was I was actually at a writers' conference in Sedona, Arizona, and somebody watched me. There was a fellow author who said, Catherine, you know, how do I do this Twitter thing? How do I get followers? How can I, you know, get people to find out about me and my books? And I was like, oh, I'll show you, because I love helping people. You know that, Maxine. I was like, oh, I'll show you. You know, you just do this, and you punch that button, you say this, and you use this hashtag, and you have this link, and here's your book, and, you know, voila, there you are. And any rate, my business partner, Ramajan Kogan, watched me and he said, "Oh my God, Catherine, we need to bottle you."
No, we need to clone you.
Exactly. So, any rate, Ramajan Kogan and I started this business. We started in July of 2016. I really enjoy it. You know, whenever you start something new, you're always questioning yourself. I love helping people. And if you are an authorpreneur, if you're a solopreneur, if you're an entrepreneur, if you're an entrepreneur, if you're a mompreneur, if you're any kind of business person, you either succeed in social media or you have no business. In this day and age, it is crucial. And I have seen a lot of people who are really highly experienced practitioners. I can think of a lady I know who taught yoga for 35 years, and she literally lost her business because she was out-marketed by 24-year-olds. And I love what I do. I love my work in natural healing. I'm very passionate about it. I really want to help people. And when you really love what you want to do and you want to keep paying your bills, you're like, let's do this thing. Let's figure out how to do it. However, the way that most people do this social media, they have no clue what they're doing. They don't know where to start. They don't know what people are really looking for. They don't know their keywords. They don't know their hashtags. So in our business at whatissocialmediatoday.com, we use a combination of webinars, group classes, and one-on-one sessions where we take people by the hand and help them develop their, what we call their digital social strategy, so that they can win the game of social media.
Well, now, since you talk about winning the game of social media, that puts a different spin on it. Why is it a game? Tell us all about that. Because to me, I take my work very seriously, as I know you do yours, and many people in our audience do as well. A lot of people love to have fun, naturally, yes. But talk about why it's a game and what the game is about.
Right. Well, when Ramajan Kogan and I were putting together our menu plan, as it were, for our teaching, one of the things that we really started talking about is the whole concept of games. Now, one of the things about games is if I play a game and I'm playing with you, Maxine, then I'm going to learn from your game strategy. And if you play with me, you're going to learn from me. So whenever you start playing a game, usually we start playing any game, whether it's tennis or tiddlywinks or hockey or soccer or football, you start out and you're a beginner, you don't know very much, but you learn from the people around you. And then you get to the next level. Like if you're a gamer online, you know, Bing, you're at the next level, and then Bing, you're at the next level. And so it's a mindset, because if you take social media really seriously, first of all, you may get discouraged, because when you're online, as you know, Maxine, you'll gain followers, you lose followers, you're up, you're down, you're up, you're down. And this is very much like a real game. If we were playing tennis, I win a point, you win a point. And then, you know, we back and forth, and then we battle it out. And then, you know, somebody wins the game. So when you adopt a game strategy and a game mindset, when you play the game of social media, what you end up doing is you learn from everybody's strategy. And, you know, oh, this person did this and they got more followers, or that person did this and they got on podcasts and radio shows, and this person did this and they increased their blog following, or, you know, they made a lot of money. So you learn, and also you don't take it too seriously, and you have fun. Because at the end of the day, communicating with people and sharing what you're really passionate about is fun. You can talk to me all day long about natural healing, and I will never be tired. I love it. I'm very passionate about it, and I love helping people. And I think that comes across when you have this playful, open, generous mindset that we're talking about.
Well, I think you're talking really about, you just verbalized it, a generous mindset. You are very generous and very passionate about what you do. And the way you described it, of course, social media. I was going to say, well, one of my questions to you was, do we really need a social network? Only if you want to pay the bills. Only if you want your project to succeed. Only if you want the business that you have plunked your blood, sweat, tears, and hard-earned money into to succeed. There are people out there who write books, as you and I do, and they figure, okay, I've written my book. Yay! No. I see the book, you and I have talked about this, as your business card now. And I try and explain to people that once you've created a business, you've created a book, then you've got to go out there and let the world know that it's there, because people are not going to know about it through the ethers. So my question to you, because I've talked with our mutual publicist, Denise Casino, about those people who do not have a social footprint. How do you encourage people? Because lots of people are writing books nowadays, and they don't know they have to market. They are not natural marketers. Do you offer anything for them that will help either motivate them or do it for them?
Right, great question. So first of all business, no matter what it is, whether you're my business or your business or you run a tire store, all business has three parts. The three parts of any business are production. You're doing your production when you're creating your book, you're offering your service, you're serving food at the restaurant, when you're doing the astrology reading. The second part is administration. This is our taxes. This is our accounting. This is the paperwork. These are the systems that you use to move people through your business. But the most important part of any business is sales and marketing, because if you don't have a way to attract clients and to convince them how you can help them, you have your business. So if you think of a pyramid, the sales and marketing would be at the top of the pyramid.
Yes.
And in this day and age, this is really interesting, people spend 11 hours a day. The average U.S. adult spends 11 hours a day online on the internet. So they're not watching TV. They're not reading magazines or newspapers. They're not listening to traditional radio. Not usually. If you're in your car, even, you're listening to internet radio or Sirius or something like that. So when you think about marketing, you've got to reach people where they're at. Where are they? They're on Facebook. They're on Twitter. They're on LinkedIn. They're on Goodreads. If you are a reader or an author, you're on Goodreads. They're on Path. They're on Tumblr. They're on Pinterest. They're on these places. They're on even Google+. They are on these places looking for information, talking to like-minded people. And the other thing is that people trust peer recommendations well over the recommendations of the advertisers. So you want to get your friends and your fans talking about what you do and sharing your information on their social networks to let everybody know when you have a book or a product that can help people. You want your friends to share about that. And that's how you get business. That's how you keep business. Also, we have to be aware, if you have a dissatisfied customer,
yes,
all they've got to do is write one bad comment on the internet and you are in trouble. So we've got to really think about building up a good brand reputation and maintaining that through the social media.
And you and Rama have a wonderful business that you created based on social media that can help people who are perhaps frightened of getting on the internet. I mean, they know where the power switch is on their laptop, but they don't know how to navigate the internet. It's daunting. They have no idea. What do you offer to them?
Okay, so first of all, Rama John Kogan and I offer a program. It's an ongoing program where we take you by the hand and we start with an assessment of what you're doing. many people are on the social media, but they really don't know what they're doing. They don't have a strategy. We help you identify the keywords, which are the words that people are using. When you go to Google, when you go to YouTube, when you go into any of the search engines, Bing, Yahoo, AOL, that people put in certain words or search terms to look for you and your business, you have to know what those words are. If you don't know what your keywords are, you have no clue what you're doing in the social media. And then from your search, your keywords, then you come up with your hashtags, which are very closely aligned to your hashtag. So hashtag has a pound sign in front of it. And hashtags are basically searchable terms in the social media. So when you use a hashtag in your tweets, even on Facebook, in your social media messages, people are going to find you much more quickly, and they're going to find what you're looking for. So if I use the hashtag medical intuitive, then everybody who's looking for that, I'm going to show up, they're going to find me. So bottom line, Ramajan Kogan and I created this business because we saw a huge hole in the market. There are people who will do the work for you. You can hire somebody. It would probably take, according to my SEO guy in London, my search engine optimization expert, you could pay somebody $4,000 a month to do social media for you, or you could learn how to do it yourself. And Ramajan Kogan and I saw that there's a lot of people out there who really need to get the message out about their books, about their products, about their services, about their business, about all the wonderful things that they do, and they really don't have a clue. We have really great proof. We're working with a group of entrepreneurs and authors and solopreneurs and people who run businesses right now. They're really loving it. I'm loving it. And basically what we do is we hold you by the hand. We assess where you are. We help you set up the accounts if you don't have them set up. If you already are set up, we go through it and we'll go, all right, you're doing this, but here's how you could do it better. Or you're doing this, but here's how you can connect to the people who are following you. And these are the people who are actually following you. These are the times of day you need to be actually communicating with them. And we'll help you to develop a digital social strategy.
Wow, you have so much to share. So let's say somebody out there has written their first book and they're so excited about it. And you speak with them and you realize they're at ground level and they don't even know what to ask. Take us through a couple of scenarios that you may have been through that will give us an idea of just how awesome you and Rama, to help those who are rank amateurs.
Okay, so several of our people in our program, they started out, they didn't even have a website. Now, your website's really important because the whole point of social media is you want to drive people back to your website where they can find out about your books, where they can find out about your products, where they can find out about your business and all your wonderful services.
Yes.
So every social media message that you send out should have several things. It should have an image. If you don't have a photo, a video, a GIF, or some other visual image, you're not going to actually show up or be seen. So you want to get people's attention with a visual representation of what you do. And then you also want to have what's called a bit.ly link, which is a shortened link that takes people back to an article that you wrote, a video you created, a link to someplace where they can buy your book on Amazon or buy your book on your web store or buy your products on your web store. So to answer your question, several of our people started out, they didn't even have a website. My mentor in healing actually is taking the program. She loves it. She says it's excellent. And she had a website already. However, it wasn't working. And by working with us, she realized that the people who were advising her did not know what they were doing. They didn't have keywords, and she wasn't being found. Just because you have a website, many people have taken the work, done the work to set up a website. However, they're not being found on the internet. And we can take you to your Google Analytics to help you to see how many people a month are actually coming to your website and what they're looking for. Sometimes you think you know what people are looking for when they come to you, and sometimes you really don't have a clue, but the internet can and Google Analytics can provide that information for you. So in summary, we take people who don't even have a website, or they have a website, but it's not really working for them, and help them develop a strategy to attract the customers, the readers, the buyers that they need to sustain their business. There's an old saying in business that if you have 10,000 raving fans, that you're set for life in your business. And again, what we want to do is we want to help people build their tribe online and find the like-minded people and the customers who really need your books, products, and services.
Well, let me ask you this. One of the things that I have encountered, I've met many people who would love what you have to offer, which is why I'm sharing you with my audience today. But there are some people who really, they've written a book, they are not interested in doing the online work. There's something daunting about the computer, the social media end of it. Do you do anything? Do you handle, I mean, would you be available for them on a one-on-one, or do you actually do their social media for them?
We're there to help them one-on-one, and part of what we do is we show people how to simplify it. In any business, the key to success is to create a system. So for example, when I do my healing work, I'm not inventing a system every time I do my healing work. I have a system about how I assess what's going on and how I go about correcting issues. Just like I'm sure you have a system about how you do an astrology reading. It's the same thing in social media. So we teach people how to have a system where you're creating some sort of content, whether it's a blog, a video, and videos are 1 to 3 minutes. Seriously, short videos work best. A graphic, an infographic, so you create the content and you share it out through a dashboard. And you know, there's a lot of things that are complicated in life until you understand how to work them. I remember learning how to ride a bicycle. That felt really complicated until I learned how to do it. Now I love it. Now I love it. And doing social media marketing is just the same thing. So once again, if you're listening and you would like a free 15-minute consult with me, Catherine Carrigan of whatissocialmediatoday.com, just give me a ring at 678-612-8816. You can also, if you're interested in participating in our program, there's a $500 off coupon in my new book. Thanks for listening. Catherine Carrigan.
And thank you, Catherine, for being my guest again. And I hope everybody has gotten all fired up and they're ready to go. So, till next time, everybody, remember that when you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. See you next time.